In the previous class, we were using date get methods like get time, get date, get full year. Okay, so today we will use date set methods. Okay, like set date, set full year. Okay, so let's do that. So what we'll do here is we'll use our set full year. First, we'll use set full year method. Okay, so here I will use, suppose I'll make another file index7.js. Let me just link this over here. Okay, so I will close all this except index 6. So here you can see we were using get time. Okay, so now we will use set. Okay, set methods of date. So what we will do here is here we'll suppose we'll use variable d, suppose any variable you can see, and we'll initialize the date. Okay, now what we will do is we will use our set methods. Okay, suppose we want to set our full year as 2019. So how can we do that? So we will use this variable over here, d dot. Here you can see various methods are coming, get. After that you can see set is coming, set date, set full year, set hours. So we'll use our set full year and we want to set it to 2019. Okay, now we can output it by using document dot get element by id. We'll target para over here dot inner html equals to this d over here. Okay, so we are like targeting this d over here. Okay, so what we have done is we have initialized the date first by using this new keyword. Okay, so here this d will be when I will not, suppose I will comment this out, and now let's check. Okay, so here I will, so here you can see Friday October 9 2020, that is today's date. Okay, so here you can see today's date, we are seeing today's date. Okay, suppose we want to change this 2020 to 2019. So what we are doing here is we are setting the year as 2019. Okay, let's undo it and save it. Now you will see our year has been changed to 2019. Okay, so like this various methods are there like set full year, set date. Okay, set hours. So let's do another, let's set another method. Okay, suppose here what I'll do is I will use set, set month. Okay, so here I will use any month index. Suppose I want to use like February. Okay, so always keep in mind that the month counting starts from, month index position starts from 0. Okay, so February will be 1. Okay, because it starts from 0. 0 is January and 1 is February. Okay, so give it as 1, save it. So here you can see our February month is coming. Okay, so like this various set methods are provided by the date method. Okay, so now we'll set our date. Suppose I want it to 12, so I will set the date as 12. So now our date has changed to 12. Okay, so like this you can use various methods like set date, set full year, set hours, set milliseconds. Okay, like here we have used our get methods, so you can also use the set methods like that. Okay, so I will write here set full year, next is set date, set date, sorry, here it will be small s, set hours, set seconds, set minutes, set month, set seconds. Like this, various methods have been provided by date. Okay, set time, set milliseconds. Okay, so these are the methods that have been provided by date. Okay, so you can use all these for using for setting the like full year, date, hours. Okay, for setting the date. Okay, now we'll move forward and use our next topic. Okay, we'll study our next topic. So let's comment these out. Now we'll use I'll cut and paste this here only. So these are the date methods. Okay, here itself. So now we today in this topic we'll study about math object. Okay, so what is math object? Like you can by name you can understand like it is used for to perform mathematical operations. Okay, like mathematical tasks. So what we'll do here is, suppose we want to use our pi like 3.14. So how can we do that? Okay, so we use our math object. Okay, like this math dot. You can use the dot method, and you can see here various properties are coming. Okay, so you can use all these properties with the math object. Okay, so we'll just use these, okay, some of these. So for showing, we'll target our para dot inner HTML equals to, suppose we'll use math. Okay, math object dot, suppose we'll use pi over here. Okay, so we are using our math object, and pi is a property of math. Okay, so we are just using that. So let's save it and refresh. So you can see our pi value is coming. Okay, so if you directly write pi, see what happens. Okay, so no value is coming. Okay, so you have to use this math object in order to get the pi value. Okay, so we can perform various tasks like you can also use one more method is there, math.pow. Pow means power. Okay, it is the short form of power. Okay, suppose you want to use 2 to the power 2, so how can we write that? Okay, so to we'll put a bracket sign, and here we'll use the number, then a comma, and then the power. Okay, means this is the number over here, and this is the hour. Okay, so we'll use this power method, power property. We'll save it and refresh it. So here you can see our 4 is coming. Okay, because 2 to the power 2 is 4. We'll just change the power to 4. Now it will change to 16. Okay, so like this, here various methods have been provided by math. Now we'll use another method, that is square root. Okay, square root of, suppose I will use 16. Okay, so here you can use the square root, means the square root of 16. So it will change to 4. Okay, because the square root of 16 is 4. Suppose here I will use a random number, suppose 34. Okay. So let's see it gives or not. So it is giving us 5.83. Okay, so this is the required square root of 35, 34, sorry. Okay, now one more method is there, that is property of math is absolute. Okay, what it does is it returns, suppose we will give, suppose a negative value. Okay, a negative value is coming, suppose -6. Okay, so it will give always the positive number. Okay, this absolute property, what it does is gives it always gives a positive number. Okay, so here we are passing -6. So let's see our result. So it is changing to 6. Okay, so it always changes to positive number. If any negative number is provided, then it changes to positive number. Now next we have seal property. Okay, CEIL. Okay, this seal property, what it does is, suppose I will take any decimal number over here, 3.3. Okay, so what it does is it always round up to the greatest possible number, means 3.3 is like the greatest possible number, means here it will change to 4. Okay, here you can see, so it will change to 4, means what it does is, if here we'll give 3.1, so it always round up to its greater integer. Okay, always it, suppose 3.1, after the greater integer is 4. Okay, here if we provide here, suppose we'll see here, it will change to 4. Suppose I will change it to 4.1. Okay, so the greatest possible integer after 4.1 is 5. Okay, so it will change to 5. Okay, so it always, this seal property, what it does is it always rounds up the number to the greatest possible integer. Okay, next is floor, that is the opposite of seal. Opposite means it always rounds up the number to its lowest possible integer, means suppose I will take 6.4. Okay, so it rounds up to its lowest possible integer, means 6.4, the lowest number is 6. Okay, so it will change it to 6, not 7. Okay, so here you can see the result is 6. If we'll change it to 6.8 also, it will take the lowest value of 6.8. Okay, so it will be 6 here. So we can also use sine, cos, any values. Okay, suppose next property we'll use is sine. Okay, so you have used in your 11th and 12th sine, cos. Okay, so we'll use our sine, cos. Okay, so now what we'll do is, like so here we'll use our sine. Suppose I'll use sine 90 degree. Okay, so always keep in mind, here we are writing 90. This is not in degrees. Okay, it is always in radians. Okay, so let's save it and see what is the result. So here you can see 0.89. Okay, but the value of sine 90 is 1. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll convert this radian to degrees. Now what is the formula for converting for converting into degrees, for converting the radian into degrees? So what we'll do here is I will write the formula here over here. Okay, Uh, like angle in radians means this 90 equals to angle in degrees into pi divided by 180. Okay, so here is the formula. Okay, so we have to convert this radian into degrees. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll just, here you can see angle in degrees. Okay, so here this value, okay, this value is coming because it returns a radian value. Okay, means it only gives the value between -1 to 1. Okay, it always returns the value between -1 and 2, -1 to 1. Okay, so our result is coming in radians, so we have to convert it into degrees. So what we'll do is we'll apply this formula over here. Okay, so here we have been provided with angle in degrees, that is 90 into pi. Will not use directly. Okay, or remember, always remember, will not use directly pi directly. Okay, we'll use our math object here. Then sorry, here we'll use our math object. Then its property, that is pi over here, and then we will use our method, that is divided by 180. Okay, so this is the required formula over here. Okay, so the result is coming in radians, and now we are converting it into degrees by putting this formula over here. Okay, now let's see what is the result. So now it is giving the correct result. Okay, that is 1 because sine 90 is 1. In earlier case, what it was doing is it was returning a radian value, that is between -1 to 1. Now we are converting that radian value to degrees. Okay, so we are applying this formula over here. Okay, so previously I've told you that this is radian. This is not a radian value, but the result that was coming was radian value. Okay, so we are converting that result to degrees. Okay, now we'll change this value to 0. Okay, and let's check it is giving us the right value or not. Okay, so sine 0 is 0. Okay, now we will use 45. Let's check, it will give us 1 by root 2. Okay, so that is 1 by root 2 is 0.707. Okay, suppose we'll use 30 degree. So 1 by 2 is 0.5, like 0.499, and means it is the exact value actually. Okay, so we are writing 0.1 by 2, that is 0.5. Okay, so it is correct. Now you can also use the cos value over here. Okay, so here we will use 0, 0, that will be 1. Okay, so let's check. So it is giving us the correct value. Okay, so always remember that when we are using sine and cos, the result that is written is in a radian format. Okay, so always convert that to degrees. Okay, by using this formula over here, angle in radians provided equals to angle in degrees into pi by 180. Okay, this formula converts the values from radian to degrees, okay, or vice versa. Now we will use another method. Suppose we'll copy this over here, we'll paste over here, and we'll comment this out. Now we'll use our min method. Okay, math dot. Here you can see min is coming. Okay, so here we'll use our math dot min. Like it always, the what it does is it always gives the minimum values. Okay, here you can see when you will type min, here you can see its description is coming, returns the smaller of a set of supplied numeric expressions. Okay, so suppose what we'll do is we'll suppose give some numbers over here, 0 5 8 3 7 4. Okay, and let's check what is the result. So we'll refresh it. So it is coming 0 because here the minimum value is 0. Okay, so suppose I will change it to 100. Okay, now what is the minimum value here? 3. Okay, so it should come 3. Okay, so like this, for minimum values we have min, and for maximum values we have max. Okay, so these two values are have been provided by JavaScript. Okay, so maximum value is 100 over here. Okay, so sorry, here we have used our min and max method. Okay, now we have another method, that is random. Okay, so what it does is it gives a random number. Okay, it always gives a random number between 0 and 1 only. Okay, between 0 and 1. So here we'll use math.random and we'll check. So here now it is giving 0.847. Now we'll refresh it. So the value has been changed, 0.69, 0.8734, 0.601, 0.144. So after every refresh it is giving as the random value. Okay, so for like when we are using some things in our project, so we have to generate a random number, so we can use this random property over here. Okay, of math. Okay, so now we'll use, suppose here what we are getting is we are getting a decimal number. In order to change it to integer, what we'll do here is every random number is like between 0 and 1. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll use another method, that is math.floor. Okay, so what it returns is it returns an integer. Okay, so it will convert the random number to an integer. Okay, suppose this random number generates 0.45. Okay, so this math.floor will convert it to integer. Okay, so here we'll refresh. So now it is coming 0. Okay, 0 0 0. So it will, because it is coming 0 point something, so it will convert it to 0. Okay, now we'll multiply it from suppose 10. Okay, so now we'll see what we'll get. We'll refresh it. So we are getting 10 9 8 1. So we are getting a random number between 0 to 1, but it is an integer, not a decimal number. Okay, so in order to change it into integer, you can use the math.floor method over here, and in order to generate a random number, you can use math.random. Now we'll move to our next topic, that is boolean. Okay, so boolean has two values, true and false. Okay, so either yes or no, on or off, or true or false. Okay, so we'll use our boolean function over here. So we'll write the topic boolean, and now we'll use this boolean function over here. Suppose we'll comment out this. Suppose we'll first copy. and paste over here, and we'll comment these out. Now what we'll do is we'll check whether the condition is true or not. Okay, so we'll use a boolean function, and inside this we'll mention, so here we'll mention some condition over here. Suppose 12 is less than 4. Okay, so it is true or not. Okay, so it will give us the true value or the false value. If the condition is satisfied, it will give the true. If not, it will give false. So here it is giving false because 12 is not less than 4, it is greater than 4, so it is giving 4, false. Okay, suppose here we'll remove this boolean, and now let's check what is the result. Okay, so here you can see no change is there. Okay, so if you either write boolean or you will not write boolean, the value will give true or false. Okay, because here you are checking the condition. Okay, so either it will return true or either it will return false. Keep some things in mind, like whenever a variable is assigned, like assigned 0. Okay, so always the it is false. Okay, suppose here what we will do is we will assign 0 to a variable over here. Okay, so here we are assigning a variable, okay, a 0 value. Okay, now we'll check this x over here, so we'll use our boolean and we'll use x over here. Okay, so here you can see we are assigning this variable a 0 value and we are checking this x, okay, whether it is true or false or not. Okay, so we'll check, so it will give us false. Okay, so always remember that whenever the value of any variable is 0 and we are checking the condition of that value, checking the boolean condition of that value, always it will give false. Okay, so one more case is there. If there is minus 0, in this case also the boolean will return false. See, okay, now there are 4 to 5 cases. Here you can see 0, minus 0. If there is an empty string, okay, an empty string, then also it will return a false value. Okay, now the next is undefined, means we are not will not assign any value to this x. Okay, so no value is assigned to this x variable over here. Okay, now we'll check the condition, check the boolean value of this x over here, so it is giving us false. Okay, now we'll move forward to our next condition, that is if we assign a null to our variable, so I will check, so it is also giving us false. Okay, now if we assign a value to false, okay, now you can see we are assigning this variable as false. Okay, and now we are checking this boolean of x. Okay, so it will also return false. Okay, so now if the result is nan, okay, suppose we'll write n a n. Okay, so we not a number. Okay, so if we return this value over here, okay, so it will also give us false. If we'll use any expression that result to nan, okay, not a number. Okay, suppose 10 divided by any string. Okay, suppose h. Okay, so we are dividing a number from a string. Okay, so now it will give us, suppose we'll check here what is the result. Okay, so here you can see we'll check the result of this x over here, so we'll refresh, so it is giving us nan over here. Okay, so we'll check this value over here. Okay, so it is giving this x is giving us the value as nan. Okay, that is not a number, so we are checking the boolean of that an n. Now it will also return as false. So here we have seen in various cases this boolean value returns false. Okay. So first was when we assigned this variable to 0, so it will return false. Second was if we assign a negative 0, okay, then also it will return false. Then when we assign an empty string to this variable, then also it will return false. Then when we assign an undefined to this variable, or we assign null value, means if we haven't assigned any value, okay, if we, like, suppose only will use variable x, so we haven't defined any value to this x, so it will give us undefined, and the boolean value of that undefined is false. Okay. And then we'll use, if we use variable x as null, okay, if the value is coming null, then also the boolean value is false. Okay. So in these cases, the boolean value of this variable will come as x, come as false. Okay. Now we'll move to our next topic, that is comparison operators. Okay. So we'll use W3 schools for understanding the comparison operators. Okay. So we'll go to our W3 schools, and we'll go to our JavaScript, and now we can use our operators. Okay. Comparison operators. Okay. So here we'll go to our comparison operators. Okay. So here you can see various comparison operators are present. Double equals to, triple equals to, not equals to, double not equals to. Okay. So these are the comparison operators. These and ampersand sign or not. Okay. So these are the logical operators. Then comes ternary operator. Okay. So we'll discuss our first our equals to sign. Okay. We'll click on try it. So here you can see we are first assigning the value as 5. Okay. So and now here we are checking the x value as 8. Okay. So here we have assigned this x as 5. So here we have assigned the x value as 5. So 5 is not equals to 8. So it is returning false. Okay. Suppose here we will give 8 and now we'll hit on run. So it will give us true because here we have assigned the x value as 8, and here we are comparing 8 is equals to 8 or not. Okay. So it will give us a true value. Okay. Suppose here what we'll do is, just a minute. Now here you can see we have assigned the x value as 5, and here we are also providing 5. Okay. So it is returning true. Okay. But here it is a string. Okay. But in double equals to sign we don't compare the type. Okay. When we use a triple equals to, so this last equal to sign compares the type. If this x type is equals to 5, this type, so it will return false or true. Okay. So if we hit on run, it will change to false because here x is a number and here 5 is a string. Okay. So this the triple equals to sign, this last equals to sign compares the type. Okay. So here it is, the both the types are not equal. First one is number and second one is string. Okay. If we reduce to it to double equals to, it will return true because here we have assigned this x value as 5 and here we have a string 5. Okay. Both are holding a value as 5. Okay. So it is giving us a true value. Now we'll check this triple equals to. Okay. So now we'll compare with triple equals to sign. Okay. So we are comparing here, we are assigning this x as 5, okay, and here we are giving a 5 value, okay. So here it is giving us true because here x is number and here also it is number, okay. So the type is also same and the value is also same, so it is giving us the true value. Now when we click on this, so here you can see the x value is 5 and here you can also see x value is 5, but the type is different. Here we have x as number and here we have this other value as string, okay. So the type is not equal, so it is giving us the false value, okay. So now move on to not equals to sign, okay. So here you can see here you can see we are using not equals to sign, so we are comparing x with 8. Here we are assigning the x as 5 and here we are giving the value as 8, okay. So 5 is not equals to 8, so this condition is true, so it is giving us the true value. Now we will compare both the type and both the type and value. So here we'll go on to this right, okay. Now here we are assigning the x value as 5 and here we are giving it as 5 also, okay. So it is equals to 5, but here it is we are giving not equals to sign, so it is also comparing the type here, okay. So it is equals to 5, so here we are using not equals to, so the condition will be false, okay. So the boolean condition will be false. Now we'll go on to our next expression. We'll close all these tabs first. So here you can see x is assigned as 5, that is number, and here we are giving string, okay. So the condition is correct, but here we are giving the not equals to sign, okay, so opposite, so the condition will be true. If we'll provide here equals to sign, it will return to false, okay. So the condition is false because we are comparing the type. Here it is number and here it is coming as string, okay. So if we provide a not equals to sign, so it will give us true. So like this we have various cases. Here we have greater than sign. Now here we are seeing the greater than sign, x is greater than 8 or not. So 5 we have assigned a value as x as 5. 5 is greater than 8 or not, so it will return as false, okay. So it is greater than less than sign, greater than or equal to, so same is less than sign, okay. So x is less than 8, so it is returning as true because here we are providing x as 5, so 5 is less than 8, yes, so it is returning as a true value. Here we will use greater than or equals to sign. So 5 is greater than 8 or not, greater than or equals to, so it will return false. Suppose here we'll assign it as 8, okay. Now we'll hit run, so it is giving us a true value because 8 is not greater but equals to 8 here, okay. It is not greater, but here it is providing us equals to sign also. So 8 is equals to 8, so it is giving us a true value. So here we can also use less than sign, and here we can increase, suppose 9, and let's see. So 9 is greater than equals to 8. Here we are giving the condition less than, so it is returning us a false value, okay. So these are all the comparison operators. Now we'll come to our logical operators, okay. So here we'll use AND operator, okay. So first we'll see, here we have assigned the x value as 6 and y value as 3, okay. Here see it is written the AND operator returns true if both expressions are true. otherwise it returns false. What it means is, if in this case, if both the condition will be true, then only it will return true. If one condition here it will come false, then it will return false. Okay, so in first case, here 6 is less than 10, so it is true. Y is greater than 1 means it is true. So the first case is true. Now in the second case, x is less than 10, yes it is true. Okay, and y is less than 1. Okay, so both the conditions are false over here. Okay, so sorry, first condition is true over here. Okay, because 6 is less than 10. Here first condition is true and y is less than 1. Okay, so it is false. Okay, so here you can see both the condition are not false. Only the one condition are only the one condition is false. But here you can see the condition is written as false. Okay, so if both the condition will be false, then also it will return false. If one condition is false, suppose here we can add another expression. We can use and will use just a minute. And x is greater less than 2. Okay, sorry, 10, 13. Okay, so we are providing three expressions over here. Okay, so first is x is less than 10, so it is true. X is less than 13, it is also true. But y is, sorry, these two conditions are false over here. Here you can see both the cases return true, but only one condition returns false over here. Okay, so only this value returns false over here. So the whole result has been changed to false. Okay, so in AND operator, what happens is, if only one case returns false, then the whole result returns false or true, then the whole condition changes to false or true. Okay, so here you can see the AND operator returns true if both expressions are true, otherwise it returns false. Okay, so only one condition if is false. Okay, so it will change the whole result to false. Okay, now we'll use our OR. Okay, this OR operator. Now we will use the OR operator. Okay, so here it is written the OR operator returns true if one or both expressions are true. Otherwise, it returns false. Means if only one condition will be true, then whole condition will be changed to true. Okay, so only one condition need to be satisfied. All the results will be satisfied. Okay, here you can see x is equals to 5. So it don't satisfy the condition. Y is equals to 5, it don't satisfy the condition. So it is written false. Now here you can see x is equals to 6. So the condition is true over here. And here you can see the condition is false because 3 is not equals to 0. So it is changed to true because here only one condition is satisfied to, so our whole expression will be changed to true. Here in the first case, the third expression, you can see this is false because 6 is not equals to 0, but in the second condition it is true. So our whole condition is turned to false. Here both the conditions are true, so you can see our condition boolean function changes to true. Okay, so in OR operator, only one condition needs to be true, our whole expression changes to true. Okay, but in an AND case, all the condition needs to be satisfied. Okay, in order to be true. If only one condition returns false, then the whole condition changes to false. Now we have our ternary operator. Okay, so we'll use our ternary operator. We'll know how to use our ternary operator. Okay. Here you can see we are targeting. Here suppose it is giving us, suppose let's try it. Okay, input your age and click the button. So we have typed 18. We'll try it. So old enough to vote. Okay. So here we have applied a condition. So if age is less than 18, so here give us too young, or if age is greater than 18, else means if 18 value, if age is greater than 18, give this value old enough. Okay, to vote is this string over here. Okay, so you'll understand from beginning. Okay, so here we can see we have taken an input box over here and we have assigned a value as 18. So you can see 18. So then we have assigned an event to this button on click, and then we have called a function over here. Okay, my function. So over here we have called our my function over here. So here what we have done is we have targeted our value, this input button. Okay, this 18 over here. Okay, and we have stored that 18 in this age over here. Okay, and what we have done is we have mentioned an expression over here. If age is less than 18, so this is the use of ternary operator. Okay, so this is the condition. Okay, if age is less than 18, so put a question mark. If this satisfies the condition, first give that condition over here, otherwise give the other condition. Okay, so here if it satisfies this condition over here, if age is less than 18, then give us this value too young, or if it don't satisfy the condition, give this value. Okay, so it is like if else. Okay, if age is less than 18, give us this value. If age is greater than 18, give us this value. Okay, so it is easy to use because it writes the whole code in one line. Okay, just provide the condition over here, age is less than or greater than 18, and put a question mark over here and give the condition over here. If it is true, give the that sign, give that remark, and if it is false, give the another remark. So it is kind of if else situation. Okay, so here we can write, suppose we'll do it manually. Okay, so how can we do that? Suppose here what it is written, what you have taken is if age is less than 18, print this, or if age is greater than 18, print this. Okay, so what we'll do, we will suppose comment out this array, and now what we'll do is we'll take any, suppose here it is taken, suppose it is targeting this block over here. Okay, so we'll not do it like this, we will just give this condition over here. Okay, we'll just will age uh, person age equals to, so we are doing like this. Okay, sorry, variable votable. Okay, so what we are checking is if age is less than 18, print this, either print this. Okay, so now we'll use this variable over here, will output this. Okay, so now we'll check what is the result. So refresh. Okay, just a minute. So here we haven't mentioned our age. Okay, so we'll mention an age, suppose I will use 23 over here. Okay, so we have declared a variable as age and we have given the value as 23. Okay, so here you can see the condition is if age is less than 18. Okay, so it does not satisfy the condition. Okay, so this should not come, this should come. Okay, over here, so if the condition is satisfied, print the first value, If it is not satisfied, print the second value. So here it is not satisfying the condition, so it will print the second value. We will save it, and now we'll refresh. So here we are getting old enough, okay, because the 23 is greater than 18. Now we'll give a smaller age like 12, so it is smaller than 18, so it should come 2 young, okay. So here you can see 2 young, okay. So it is kind of like if else block. So here you can see like this: if age is less than 18, print console log, suppose console log uh, age is old enough, okay, like this. And else console log too young, okay. So it is like this, okay. See here we are mentioning if age is greater than 18, so print old enough, and else too young, okay. So here we are taking approximately 5 lines, and we are doing here in just one line, okay. So always keep your code clean, okay. So neglect this if else and use this ternary operator where you want to use one line of one conditional statement, okay. So always use ternary operator, okay. Now we can see here it is coming correctly, the output is coming correctly, okay. So it is like if else, same thing it is doing like if else, okay. So here we have covered, like this is we have covered data types, okay. So we have covered data types actually. So here you can see 2 is less than 12, so it will be true. 2 is less than 12, it will be true. 2 is less than John, false. Because here you can see it is a just because it is a string and it is a number over here, okay. So it will return false. Here you can see it will always return false because we are comparing a number to a string, okay. So 2 equals to John, here you can see it will return false, okay, because number and string cannot be equal. Here it is also giving 2 is less than, here both are strings, okay. 2 and 12 both are strings, but 2 is less than 12, so it is giving the result false. Here you can see 2 is great. Just a minute here. What is the problem over here? So here you can see it is comparing the first letter of this. Okay, so it is returning false over here because when we are using sort, you have seen that if two digits are present, it takes the first digit, it compares the first digit. Okay, it takes the first digit. So here it is taking 2 and here it is taking 1. So 2 is less than 1. So it is giving us false. And here you can see 2 is greater than 12, but it is taking only this digit, first digit. Okay, so 2 is greater than 1, it is true. And here you can see 2 is equals to 12. It will take as 1, so 2 is not equals to 1, so it will take false. Okay. So here it is written when comparing two strings, 2 will be greater than 12 because alphabetically 1 is less than 2. Okay. So what I have mentioned here is the same thing is mentioned here, that it will take the first digit over here. It will take the first digit of this two digit numbers, okay, and it will compare this digit to this digit, okay, not the whole string over here, okay. So in numbers always it will always take the first digit, so it will return false over here because 2 is less than 1. Okay, so for today I will end this lecture here. From the next lecture we will continue with the our conditions, okay, just conditions over here, conditional if else statement, okay.